Anytime there's new colors released, I always think I'm done. That's it. I don't need to add anymore. And then they drop new
Always.
colors, and then that goes out the window.
Yep, every time.
I need it all. I need
Right?
everything that's new.
And welcome back to the Riley Black Project. Crystal and John.
Hey.
We are back home. We
Yes,
are
finally.
home from the road. We're in our
So-
nice studio.
I'm so happy to be home.
Yeah.
It was fun, but
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah. I guess more of that in
Later. Yeah.
our life updates back too,
Yeah,
because we haven't been doing it on the road.
True.
So
yeah.
we'll recap everything.
Life update,
and-
we're home.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
kidding. Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by
Katie with Monarch Pine. So if you're looking for jewelry findings or blanks, check out her website, monarchpine.com, and use code Riley Black for 10% off. But more, of course, if you're a patron.
That's
And
right.
I finally updated that list.
Nice,
Yes.
nice. Speaking of the list and patrons, if you are a patron and you're not part of the TRBP Hangout Facebook group, be sure to join that group because everyone needs another group to join. And that's where you get the discounts. We do our After Darks in there monthly and all that. And if you're Gen Pop, don't worry, we got you covered as well. We have the Riley Black Project Community Facebook group.
We have a new moderator,
That's right. Shout
Desiree,
out to
who's helping
Desiree.
me keep on top of posts and stuff.
Yep, because we, like we said, we wanted to be more consistent in there,
Yeah.
and we found the best way to do that is to outsource.
Yeah.
To help us out a little bit to stay consistent in that group. Join both if you're a patron.
Yes.
Join both groups because again, you can never have too many groups.
Right.
Um,
Well, the After Darks happen in the exclusive one.
Yes, and then we do a free one quarterly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that it?
think
Well,
that's
shout
all the
out
things.
to that Crazy Laser Dad.
Oh.
And Eon Laser USA for being sponsors, but you'll see their ads coming up. That's it, right? That's all we got.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
It's a night one, folks. And you know how she gets when it's a night one. So this one's stats. This one has some stats, so I have to pull out the phone to make sure I get the
Yeah.
numbers correct.
Right. Yeah. Don't mess up the numbers.
Because I mess everything up with these intros. And fun fact, I tagged out the Riley Black Project during Local Lens last week.
Oh, you did
So-
for our other
So yeah.
stuff.
Uh-huh.
Good job.
So our guest today
Yes.
is a mother runner.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun to say.
It is fun to
Mother
say.
runner. We'll find out what that means.
Okay.
Surpassed 10,000 sales in 16 months
On Etsy.
On Etsy.
It's pretty
See?
impressive.
10,000, 16 months. I needed the notes for that. And much like you, is in the oil business.
Yes.
It's in chemical. Oh, my phone. locked.
Her position
Is
sounds a lot
way
more exciting
more-
than mine.
Yeah.
I paid invoices.
Yeah. You were just at a desk and drilling.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Jessica Raba of Letters from Me, Texas.
There you go.
Awesome. Hi. Thank you for having me. Super excited.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, so and I think I told her this, but I know I'm the Keychain Thingies girl, right?
The Thingies,
the
yeah.
Thingies girl,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you are.
But she is the Keychains girl.
I'm the Keychain Lady. Yes.
Keychain lady
Get it
across the
right.
board. If you have not seen her stuff,
Yeah. It's pretty
it
cool.
is goals. And you know that's like, I don't say that. I don't think I've said that to anybody, actually.
No.
So Keychain Thingies girl
Lady.
Yeah.
to the no,
Lady.
I'm the Keychain Thingies girl.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're both girls. Lady sounds older than
Well, she
than
said
Yeah.
she corrected you, lady, not girl.
So
That's
there
what
you
the kids at my kids' school call me, the Keychain Lady. So
That sounds about right.
that sounds
Because we're
right.
old to all the kids.
To them, yes. Yes.
Right.
That's crazy that we're the adults now.
No, this was like a natural collision of our two worlds, your keychain thingy and my keychains.
Yes.
Yeah.
So much so that like I was like, I don't know how to do this, but let's talk about exchanging content for thingies, because like if anybody's going to represent some thingies, it's
Yeah.
her.
And can I just pause and ask you, how jealous are you of that acrylic back there?
Oh.
Inside?
Yeah, I
That-
mean, she might be jealous of mine too, and she'd probably use it better than I do.
Yeah. She'd be jealous of your collection, but her organization looks
There's
tight.
3 more of those.
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah,
That's
there's
awesome.
a lot. Anytime there's new colors released, I always think I'm done. That's it. I don't need to add anymore. And then they drop
Always.
new colors, and then that goes out the window.
Yep, every time.
I need it all. I need
Right?
everything that's new. Yeah.
So tell us about so you have a full-time job right now in the oil and gas industry. What do you do?
I am in chemical sales. So I originally started out of college looking for work in research and medical research. And I was having a really difficult time finding a position that the recruiter said, I have this position in oil and gas.
Yeah.
Are you interested? And I had no idea what to expect. And I went with it, and I worked in the lab, and I did research, and we did patent work. And then I moved on to a different company, and I still stayed in the lab, designed fracturing fluids, did all of the chemical work for the customers.
Nice.
And then in 2017, we all got laid off. The company closed its doors.
See, I don't miss that about the oil and gas industry. I literally just sidetrack. There was a guy who posted in the Lone Star Adhesive group, and he was in oil and gas, and he just got let go. And I had just told, and he has the laser like hat and patches business on the side, and I told him, I was like, I don't miss that, like, the acquisitions and the layoffs, and sure, layoffs happen with a lot of businesses and corporations, but not like the oil and gas industry. My mom was in oil and gas from, I think, maybe even before I was born, and she was at 3 or 4 different companies. Most of them thankfully took her on, but then she did have to shift for a couple of them, and it's so stressful.
It is. And I said I would never come back. So after that, I left the industry, and I went to a different chemical world, and then I made my way back. So I called myself a boomerang oil and gas
Yep.
person. So we're back at it.
Yeah. So how did you go from, industrial chemicals, fracturing fluids for an oil and gas company to now owning at least one laser? I don't know if you have several, but, owning a laser and being the Keychain Thingy Lady. Or no, you're the Keychain Lady.
Keychain Lady. Yeah, the old one. I have always been creative and crafty, and just that's what it was my whole childhood. And now that I have kids who are creative and crafty, I apologize to my mother, because being a supporter of the arts is not for the weak. Every piece of material is a vision to my children, and it's always a mess in the house, but I understand it the most because I'm the exact same way. And I don't know, it's always been a part of me. I started with Cricut making shirts, and I went down the vinyl rabbit hole. And originally my vision that I wanted to do is I wanted to do handwritten designs for t-shirts, take a note that somebody wrote. That's where the name Letters From Me came from, because I wanted to focus on handwritten items. And then it just kind of evolved into this laser world. My sister-in-law has an Etsy. She owns Soiree Swag, and she updated her laser and gifted me the Glowforge.
Nice.
It was very generous of her. So I held on to it for a few months before I decided to mess around, and then it kind of evolved from that. And I had no idea what I wanted to make. I just kind of went for it, and then it just happened.
Yeah. It kind of just finds you accidentally. I feel like there's so many people that I know that go into it thinking they're going to make one thing, and then it just pivots, and then all of a sudden you have this one item that hopefully the two are the same, that you enjoy making, that is also selling well. Right. And then all of a sudden that becomes your niche. I feel like if people set out to, like, if they put all their eggs in one basket thinking that that's going to be their niche, it's almost guaranteed
to
not
be.
going to be.
Not going to be, right?
Yeah.
Attention all laser owners and crafters. Are you tired of spending hours cutting, painting, and assembling laser products? Look no further than the Crazy Laser Dad's Laser Ready Blanks.
Their high-quality blanks are expertly sourced and tested and ready to use on your laser. Say goodbye to the hassle and frustration of time-consuming projects and hello to more time creating and selling.
Plus, with their wide selection of items, you'll surely find the perfect blank for your customers.
Visit crazylaserdad.com today and take your laser crafting to the next level with their Laser Ready Blanks.
The Riley Black Project is sponsored by Monarch Pine.
Monarch Pine is your trusted source for premium laser blanks and jewelry findings. From large loop earring hooks made specifically for acrylic and wood earrings to laser-tested stainless steel necklace and bracelet blanks, they have everything you need to bring your creative ideas to life.
As a maker, you know the value of quality supplies. And that's exactly what Monarch Pine delivers. Whether you're crafting as a hobby or running a full-time business, their products make it easy to design confidently and create stunning pieces.
Head to monarchpine.com and use code RileyBlack to get 10% off your order. Riley Black patrons get an even bigger discount, so don't miss out.
While you're at it, join the Monarch Pine Craft Supply Insiders Facebook group. It's a vibrant community where makers share tips, inspiration, and their incredible creations.
Monarch Pine, where your creativity takes center stage. Visit monarchpine.com and use code RileyBlack today.
Not tomorrow.
Today.
Yeah.
I did start with the Stanley toppers that have the name.
Yes.
And those weren't very popular. And I was getting comments, let me know when you do keychains. Let me know when you do name tags. So then I made one round of it and that took off. And then I just kept going from there.
That's awesome.
I'm curious, what laser did she upgrade to?
I don't know, actually. It's the one that starts with an A.
Oh, Eon.
Is it? Yeah, maybe an Eon. Except that sounds like it starts with an E. There's AP laser too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, an Omtech.
Omtech,
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm probably making that up. I don't know.
That is a brand.
That's a brand of a laser, so you might be right.
Blue. I think it's blue.
Yep.
I know
those
blue.
are usually blue.
I think that's what she moved up to. Yeah.
Yeah. Except I think they have like they name them by like what color they are. So they have like a blue and black. I think they have a red and black. Yeah, and that's just a different version. Right. Yeah. But I when I think of Omtech, I think of blue. So
the blue. Yeah.
Yeah, Thunder too.
I would say when I think of blue, I think of Thunder and Omtech red and black. But
yeah. So do you still have the Glowforge?
I do. And then I bought a second one, and then what I should have really done was just upgrade at that point. But I was in the busiest season of our business, which is during the summer. Or right after summer, because people are planning for back to school and it's backpacks and accessories for school. So June, July, August are really busy for us. And of course, that's when the laser decided to act up. And I didn't have time to wait for the repair. So I just bought one, and they had one on the shelf, and it could get here in 2 or 3 days. And I didn't have to learn new software or figure it out. Right. So in that moment, it was the best decision. At the beginning of the year, I looked at a Thunder laser, but it was around our slow time. So I felt like I couldn't justify the purchase when we weren't having the sales, and it'll be eventually, but waiting for the right time.
Yeah. X-Tool is another good option as far as like a step up maybe from Glowforge. You still have the ease of the simple software to understand, but it's a little bit better, at least from I've seen from people's experiences in the groups and stuff like that with, technical stuff. But yeah, I would have done the same thing. If you're in the thick of that busy season, learning a new machine and potentially new software is just like, and when the one you're kind of needing to fix is down, so you need to get back up and running. You do what you got to do, and then you save up, and then you sell them later, and you make that decision when you're not in a rush to have a working laser.
It was very stressful. It was very stressful. I think I even had to close my Etsy shop for about a week, which killed me, but it was what we had to do because we were in such a hard spot.
Right. Well, and then So was it your sister or your sister-in-law?
My sister-in-law. Mm-hmm.
Your sister-in-law. Would she have been able to help you during that time, or did she have too much going on, or is it just
she's in a
easier?
different city. So the variations of acrylic that I have, it just
right. That's true.
She absolutely would, but it was just not possible.
Yeah, it was more pain than coordinating it or sending her stuff and files.
Having all my acrylic sent down there.
Yeah.
But it worked out well.
So what do you love about keychains so much? Was it just the desire, like the repeated questions from your customers, or did you actually want to make them as well?
I think I actually said this to my neighbor when we were just brainstorming what could be my product. I think I said, or I can make something dumb like keychains. Like I thought that was just not something
that's so funny.
That was of sustenance, right?
Right.
But thankfully for me, I live in Houston, so I have Houston Acrylic 15 minutes from my house, and it's such an advantage for me to see the colors in person. And I've spent so many hours there pulling all of the samples, setting them all down on the floor, walking up the aisles. I don't think I would have been as easily successful not having had those, face to face with the colors. So
I could see that, because just thinking of like your incredibly visually appealing photos and the combinations of the 2 or sometimes 3 colors of acrylic, like even with the best photos online, they do not do the especially the specialty acrylic justice, so and it's hard, like the different tones, and even the same sheet, the same batch of acrylic can vary from batch to batch, and so if you're actually matching up like this sheet of glitter or whatever to this sheet of matte or whatever you're putting on top, like I could see that would be a huge advantage to be able to do that in person.
And then a couple years ago at Next Level, when they had their huge wall,
oh my God,
you fell in love with one, and they're like, it's not performing, and you're like, how? This looks gorgeous, and it just didn't take pictures well. Some of the things in person you need, and they were like, they were going to discontinue it because
I literally saw it from across the room. It started. it starts with F. It's some. It's gonna drive me crazy now, but it starts with F, but it's some like ridiculously sparkly, like holographic silver acrylic, and I literally like beelined it for it because I saw it like on, and I was like, what is that? I need to have that. And she was like, we were actually thinking of like discontinuing it because it's not selling well. And I'm like, no. But it's just, again, it's the pictures, just don't translate, and just seeing it in person just makes a huge difference.
And that's such an art with marketing your products too. Like you said, you could have the best product, but if your photo doesn't show it, you might as well not post it.
Yeah. That hasn't happened with your photos yet, at least for me personally.
I've had so many people ask me, do I have a studio? What does my setup look like? And I just sit on my back porch with a piece of blank acrylic in the patio, and I just take a photo. It's not really anything fancy. It's natural light. But I've found the angles in my style. When you see my pictures, you know that they're my pictures.
Yep. I know right away.
And I edit a little bit the shadows, right? I kind of take those out, but they're actually very simple.
What were you going to say?
No, I was gonna say that with the layering of stuff, sometimes it adds to where the acrylic shine, like where it pops. When you contrast it with in like layered keychains, I can see how that. But standing alone, just this piece of acrylic when you're trying to like have a good picture of it, it can be difficult.
Well, and so all of your pictures, you usually seem to do a collection, right? So you do like a set style of, the backer and the 1 or 2 layers on top. And then you do several names or examples of that design. Can you tell us, like, I guess a little bit about that process when you're coming out with like a new collection or a new, pairing? How do you do that?
So at first I was just using the same 10 names that I have, my kids, my neighbors, my best friends. And then finally I thought I can't give, I'm sure they don't want 100 keychains, right? It was cool the first few times, but oh my God, what am I gonna do about it now? So I started to post on my Instagram stories, asking for sample names, and I would give them at a discount. And people responded to that.
Yeah.
And it was so much that I couldn't even get to all the messages. I would just grab the first whatever amount I needed for that day. And the other one, I just left the other messages unopened. That way I knew if I needed more names, I could just go back to the messages I didn't open. Yeah. So that really changed a lot, because not only was I able to regain some of that margin back by getting the sample, I could have a variety of names without using the same 10 ones.
Yeah.
So that was really great that my following responded to that.
Yeah. Well, and then, I mean, that's engagement on your stories. There's people, maybe if they can't afford to buy, the keychain at regular price, if they can jump in and get, one of the sample ones, that's like, it's like a bonus. They're kind of winning,
Yeah. And the quality is the same. There's nothing bad about it, why it's discounted. The only thing is that I ask that people are flexible to the colors. So I don't take any request when I do samples. It just lands where they land.
Yeah.
And
smart.
Thankfully it's been okay. I've had a few people that have expressed that they thought the process was different. And so now I explain it a little bit more in my stories. But you are right. Those stories get 10 times more engagement than just a regular story. So what I also do after I post something asking for names is I'll put a product link right after that. Smart. And so if I'm getting so many views and interactions with that, they're very likely to see all of the products that I want to highlight.
Right.
So that has brought a different technique, I think, that's working right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's really smart to piggyback on that engagement that that you're going to get, because they're likely not going to just look at that story and then move on. They're going to look at the rest of them, so you have their attention for a few minutes. So definitely take that as you can. Hey guys, how great would it feel if this was the year you finally got to escape the 9-to-5 and embrace a lifestyle of creativity and entrepreneurship?
Every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, Eon Laser USA invites you to join the Above and Beyond webinar, where you'll learn how you can make this a reality.
Join leading laser industry professional and brand ambassador Emily, aka That Mom with a Laser, and Eon Laser USA's sales manager Alicia as they dive into all things Eon.
Learn about the advantages of owning an Eon Laser and get the scoop on Eon's rewards and partner benefits. Plus, get a glimpse at how everyday people who started out with zero experience paid off their lasers, scaled their businesses, and transformed their lifestyles.
So if you're ready for a lifestyle change, head on over to eonlaser.us/whyus and sign up for the Above and Beyond webinar today.
Thanks for listening. Laser on.
Bye.
Are you tired of endlessly joining jump rings?
There's gotta be an easier way.
Are your wrists aching after numerous orders? Introducing Keychain Thingies, the time-saving solution for anyone making keychains.
It's so fast and easy.
These revolutionary plastic thingies make large or multiple orders a snap. So easy, even a child can do it.
That was so easy.
So what are you waiting for? Go to keychainthingies.com and order now. Keychain Thingies will change your life. However, they should not be used to cure any medical ailments, repair broken relationships, or help lose weight. Do not use Keychain Thingies unless you want to save time and aggravation.
For the sample discount, what do you typically do for that discount for others who might want to try this?
So the easiest way for me to distribute the samples is I made a listing that just says samples or reserved for prearranged samples. Okay. And then on there, I'll put the names. That way the person just goes, they don't have to use a code. They don't have to select things on the listing because, you have to pick all these things. It's just the name and they put it in the cart. Now, if I had more time and patience, a hack that I have tried is that I do the samples, I create the listing for the product, and then I'll do a variation on that listing of a sample at, you know, a lower price. And you'll have 5 or 6 or 7 people buy that listing and Etsy boost it. And you'll see 7 people have bought this product in 24 hours. And then you kind of gave yourself a little bit head start on that listing.
Right.
And then once everybody has purchased their samples, I remove the sample option from the listing. So it's kind of a little, a little boost.
Yeah. And what percentage off do they get for getting in on the sample?
So typically my keychains range from $13.99 to $15.99, depending on the specialty acrylic and the layering. And I offer samples for $5 or $6.
Nice. Okay. And do they still pay shipping on top of that?
They still do pay shipping, yes.
Yeah. I was going to say that barely covers shipping nowadays.
Now, as a business owner, the free shipping situation is crazy.
How is that going on Etsy? So I don't sell physical products on Etsy, just digital files. So the free shipping stuff doesn't, affect me at least for Etsy. But so with a keychain, that would make it much higher if you included that in the listing. So do you do it separately, and have you seen any issues with that?
No, I do not include shipping on my pricing. I think it's a psychological hack, right? If you see for this type of product, if I saw a higher priced item, really wouldn't make sense, even though you see the free shipping. But Etsy does offer you a buy-in where you can automatically offer free shipping over $35. So we do that.
Okay. Yeah. And so then if they get 2 keychains or 2 or 3 keychains, then they'd hit that free shipping threshold. Yeah. Smart. Because I could see, if you have a product that's in the $40 or $50 range, adding $5 or $6 potentially more for shipping isn't, that makes sense. But with the lower priced items, it takes the, $14 keychain to almost $20.
Right.
And that may turn people off before they even click on your listing. And again, it is a mind game because they're paying the same thing. But if,
it's packaged differently.
Right.
But then if you add 3 keychains and you've included shipping for 3 packages, you're paying 3 times the shipping.
Right.
So it for this item, it didn't make sense.
Yeah. And I used to do that actually with Keychain Thingies. My price used to just include keychains, the shipping. And then when we had we added all the charms and all the different things, I'm like, this doesn't really make sense. When I did that at first, it was most people were buying just one package of 100. And then, I switched it to the flat rate, and the flat rate did okay for a couple years. And then I was I didn't adjust it each time, for each increase.
Right.
And then eventually there was times where, I was eating, some of the shipping instead of, so then I just recently in the last month or two switched it to, calculated at checkout, which that has been a lot easier. And then I just include, I think $1.25, and that covers my stickers and my packaging and that kind of stuff. So it's just above, which we get the discounted shipping anyway through Shopify. But yeah, that has been a lot better because now, there's someone in California, they're going to pay more because it's further. And then that covers that little difference instead of, those are usually the orders that I would end up, eating, 50 cents or $1.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But the charging a discounted rate for samples is a huge hack. If you can afford to give some free samples, that is a marketing write-off for people who can, and especially if it's local businesses where if you walked in and you're like, hey, pay me $6 so I can make you this cup with your logo, it's a little bit different, right? But the charging, basically your materials maybe plus a little bit for samples is a huge way, again, to get those examples, to cover a little bit of your costs, and then people still feel like they're getting a deal because, you know, it's cheaper.
Because they are. Yeah, they really are. They remain the same. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And then I guess you don't have, you know, the issue. I have keychains, like example keychains all over the place. So you don't really have that issue either. You make them take your photo and then send them on their way, right?
Yep.
Do you keep... Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, so me, I would like send them off and then I'd be like, oh, I need to do this other picture. I need to do something else. And then I wouldn't have them anymore. Do you keep any of them or?
No, once they're gone, they're gone. So I have to be certain.
That you're done.
Yeah.
I got it all. Yes.
Yeah.
That is annoying. There's been some times where I forget to do the video. And so it's okay.
Yeah, we that one just doesn't have a video.
Yeah. We just move on.
Do you have a favorite collection, thinking back at your collections?
Anything glitter. Anything glitter. Yeah. Like a neutral girly hates to see us coming because we love pink, we love neon, we love glitter. I tried to incorporate, you know, the neutral colors and have some options like that.
Yeah.
And if you look at my page, I don't have any of that because it's not our style, it's not us. It's hard for me to work with those colors. I just don't see it. It's not natural.
Right.
So we are everything loud.
Yeah. I love it. Your color, your photos and the colors and everything are always just so bright and cheery. And like, again, like there's a part of me, so I love black and I love red, but there's also part of me who's always loved like all the colors at the same time. Because like when we were thinking of our wedding colors, it was either going to be like rainbow, where each like groomsman or bridesmaid was wearing like a color, and then there was just going to be the colors throughout, with black, of course, as black, you know, the main color. But like there's always that, like always pulling me back of like, hey, look at me over here, it's bright and cheery and all the colors. And that's why I do have all of the colors of acrylic, although I've been doing better about reining it in. How the heck do you rein it in though, living 15 minutes from...
You don't. And then every time they put a sneak peek of there's like new colors, I'm there at 10 a.m. when they're opening. Like, so I'm ready. I'm your first customer.
Did you get the new, what are they, bold neons or whatever?
Yeah, I'm looking at a stack of 20 of them in front of me right now. I'm not... Yeah, so there's going to be a post, I think, tomorrow for names. So...
I'm going to have to put my name in there.
I am so glad that when we were at CMB, and for the listeners, it was last week, that we did not go. We went to their new facility, which had all the lasers, and they had very few, compared to what they have at their warehouse, very few options.
Sticker machine, their
of
UV
acrylic.
printer.
They had some acrylic there, though.
They did.
But not like... the warehouse.
They didn't have the full collection.
Right. So I'm glad we couldn't go to the warehouse.
It's
we didn't have
true.
enough time, because if not, I think the van would have been weighed down.
And we were driving, so I wouldn't have had to worry about shipping
or any of that. So just the weight limit of the van.
I like the CMB with their printed material. I mean, that just brings like a whole level of unlimited options, because you can print that on any color and any combination. So I get mainly my prints from them. Yeah. And my solids from Houston Acrylic.
Nice. Yeah. So what do you see in the future for you? You know, you hit 10,000 sales. What are you at now? How long ago did you hit that goal?
We hit the 10,000 during the beginning of summer. Okay. I think today we're at 10,800.
That's awesome.
But Etsy's counter is a little weird, because if somebody bought one product, right, but 100 of them, it would only count as one sale.
Oh.
So if someone buys duplicates of the same thing, it only counts as one sale. So I know it's more than that.
Right.
Right now we're trying to diversify, because we do have such a, you know, solid busy season. Like right now it's tough. We wait for the fall to pick back up, and then wait for Christmas to come in.
Right.
So we're working on cake toppers and keepsakes, handprint keepsakes for kids that go around the holidays, kind of themed.
Nice.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if in the off season you guys play with any other projects to maybe like R&D what to do next or what to do in the off season that maybe sells a little bit better.
Yeah, we use that to prepare for the next season. So like right now I'm working on Christmas. So I took some Christmas photos last weekend, taking videos, getting all of that up. I absolutely hate those days. Those are really hard days because you've got the kids, it's the weekend, you've got things that you've got to do.
Right.
Editing takes forever, starting the new Etsy listing, putting all the variables. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
It is. And it's the worst part of it too, because it's just, there's not a lot of that process that's fun and it's tedious, and like you do the designs, okay, now I have to cut them, now I have to assemble them, now I have to take photos, now I have to upload them, it's just there's a huge it's a long list of things just to get it to the point, and then you're like, okay, now I need you to sell, so it makes all of it worth it,
and then now I have to have my nails done. Like I couldn't finish my pictures because my nails were not with the aesthetic, because I have, these Halloween looking nails and they weren't really going with the Christmas vibe.
Blood stain.
Yeah. So I have to plan my manicure session around what photos I plan to take for the next 2.5 weeks. Like the girl math is really tough.
Right? Well, so here's a hack, but I mean, if you have nails all the time, this hack won't really work for you. But so a nail hack that was like going around the laser world for a couple years ago was, especially for those people who don't normally have their nails done, you get the fun press-ons and you just put them on for the photo, and then they can be themed and whatever, and then you can take them off.
I did that. My sister started a sticker business, and we were taking photos, and I was like, oh my God, girl, we have got to fix these. So we did that. We went to Sally's and we bought her some press-ons. But last weekend I needed to just take a photo, and it was like a pink soft bow picture, and I had these black nails, and I actually put it in chat GPT. I said, fix my nails to match the aesthetic of the photo. And it put these really beautiful pale pink nails on, and it didn't alter my
It didn't add a finger.
Yeah.
Or a mystery nail.
Fingers alone. But the nail for that photo. It's tough when you have to take videos though, but if you just need a quick one or two, it did a great job.
That's awesome. Now I want to go look and see if I can find
I feel like this is a lane though. I feel like this is a lane of like to
nail
make
sticker,
either a sticker to do something that still looks good, but that you could use for pictures and then just take it off
too.
Or video, but then just be able to take it off. So if you have like, like let's say like you have Keychain Thingies, branded nails. That way you don't have to worry about which ones to wear when, like something like that, but just along those lines of something to cover up your nails.
I like that. Yep. Now I'm going to get Keychain Thingy like tattoos.
That can go all sizes. So if you have shorter nails, if you have longer nails or something like that, that's a lane to look into.
Yeah. We don't need any more businesses though. So
no, we don't. We don't. So that's a free one for you guys.
Stay focused.
If you want to think of a nail cover,
and we'll order, we'll upload our logo.
Give us a shout out.
Yes.
And if you want to shoot us a residual, finder's fee, we'll take that too.
Right.
But that's definitely a lane for someone to come up with, because I mean it's a need, right?
Well, and it happened like the press on things was like, through the laser world like years ago. So it's definitely been like a thing. And I mean your hand, especially with smaller items, it for several reasons, right? Like it needs to be there to show size sometimes, to just show, like, I don't know, just a depth to it. And, for me, it's easier to hold things a lot of times, especially cake top. I make a lot of smaller stuff too, keychains, cake toppers, those kind of things. So it's just easier for me to hold it than try and like pose it, like especially with the cake toppers, because they have, the stick. So I have to either like, find a way to put it in something, or, I've always wanted to make like a faux cake and never got around to it. But then like the faux cake, it has to be super neutral to match, like, so yeah, it's just easier a lot of times.
Just do green nails. That way you could green screen whatever you want on there.
That's true.
Oh,
then you'd have to have green nails all the time.
It's okay because we're all gonna be walking around with meta glasses pretty soon.
Right.
So you just program something over that green so it shows up to everybody else.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you manage all of this? So you said that you have your full-time job. You're also a mother runner training for a marathon. And then now you have this successful, right now, a side business. So how do you and kids. So, how do you manage all of that?
When people ask me, how do you do it all? My answer is I don't, right? Because I have a number one, very supportive spouse.
Yeah.
And I think if you don't have that, there's no way that you can make it to the next step.
Yeah, I agree.
He is my rock, right? There's no way that you can do it all. And the reality is I don't. So he was super supportive of all the late nights and all the picture taking, and never did I feel rushed or like I was taking away time or doing anything wrong, right?
Yeah.
And as a runner, your Saturdays are your long runs, right? And now I'm getting into the double digits, and that's 3:30, 4 a.m. wake up calls. And it's tough. It's tough stuff. It's hard stuff.
Yeah.
But when I come home, I have coffee and breakfast and I take a quick nap, and then we move on with the day. But that's not possible without, the support at home.
Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah. What part does he do in the business?
They make boxes. They assemble the boxes.
Nice.
My kids too, because that's so time consuming. So they help assemble the boxes and then put the cards in the plastic sleeves.
Okay.
And then the one that everybody dreads is actually stringing the keychain claw through the key ring, because they don't come pre-assembled. So you have to individually put them all in. So that's the task everybody waits till the end to do.
What do you mean the keychain claw?
So this one doesn't have your product. Let me find one. Where's my camera? So here's your keychain thingy, right?
Okay,
so here's the this claw on the ring. They come separate. So you have to weave each one in.
Do you have the little opener tool?
No. No. What's that?
I'm about to blow your mind. I'm pretty sure Katie with Monarch Pine, I think she sells them. And it looks like a funny looking pliers, right? So it's straight, and then it has like a 90-degree thing, and it opens up your split ring for you. And then you put the lobster claw.
I don't think I have this one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then I need to get with it. Yeah, because
and it just makes it a little bit easier, because then you're not trying to use your finger or your nail or something else. Another hack for that is a staple remover.
Yeah, the old school staple. I don't want to take away the shine
that's a good one
from Katie, but
so if you already have one, that works too. It's just a little bit harder because it's not made for that. Right. And those things are sharp if you miss the staple removers. But the staple remover is another way, because I've always struggled with my nails because they're, thicker. They're not acrylic anymore. They're gel now, or whatever they're called. But getting that in between the split ring, and then also just not messing up my nails.
Yeah. I end up chipping the corner of my thumb or something. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. No, she has a split ring opener, I believe. And if she doesn't sell them, I know she knows where to find them, because I saw her using it at, I think it was at Melody's. Yeah, because she wasn't at Homebound. So it had to have been, and I was like, what is that? And knowing her, she probably sent me one.
Yeah, I'm sure you have one somewhere.
And I just haven't taken it out of the box or actually used it. But yeah, so that's awesome though that they help out. I don't let mine in here because they're just bulldozers. Although the 8-year-old, he's been begging to
he wants to
make
do
stuff.
Yeah.
My kids too. Every morning they'll be like, "Can you make me a keychain?" And if you saw their backpack, I mean, you can hear them walking down the hallway from a mile away. They have like 20 keychains on there, and they still want more. And of course, yes, of course, I'll make you one.
Mm-hmm. How long do they last though? Because with my son, I don't know what he does to them, but like
he
they
throws
come.
his backpack. That's what he
true.
does.
He throws it literally everywhere. So then it like comes back and like half of it is missing, or like if I put one of the like sports ball like charms on there, it'll like the ball is gone, or a piece of this.
The thingy is always still there though.
Yes, that is the major difference I saw after switching from the plastic ones that I would buy on Amazon in bulk. Is that I was getting feedback that if somebody dropped it, the plastic was breaking. And I had no way. I have no way to control that quality. It is kind of what it is. But since I've moved towards the 2.0, the flexible one, and I saved just so much time because we were actually having to put a dot of glue on the plastic one to keep them closed. And with the new one that I have from you, it saved us a step. I mean,
I know the 2.0s are out of stock until November. Well, at least for the 100 packs. There's a couple of the 50 and the 25 packs. I'm super sad about that.
No, wait. Then this is the permanent one. Which one is this?
That
extra
one,
strength.
Yeah, that's the extra strength.
That's the extra strength.
Okay, so I use the extra strength.
Yeah.
So those are like, thankfully, those are kind of neck and neck now with the 2.0s. The 2.0s are also permanent. Those, they just have a different look. They're a little bit wider, but they're super clear. And then they actually have, so the extra strengths have like one locking mechanism, and the 2.0s have two, which can make it a little bit harder to close them because you're getting past both of those. But they are, I mean, they've become our bestseller. And then, I went to go order and she was like, "Oh, it's going to be 4 weeks." And I was like, okay, I can do 4 weeks. And then I was like, "I'm going to order now." And she was like, "November." And I'm like, "No."
I hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thankfully the extra strengths are still, those are still great. Those are still, one of my favorites. But yeah, I did a reel probably a month or two ago where I literally looked at my son's backpack and all that was left of the keychain was the split ring, the thingy, and like a small piece of the acrylic. And it's like, you might lose the keychain depending on how rough your kids are, but you're not, the keychain thingy isn't going to fail you, at least.
We have some that we made last February that are still on our key rings that we call the OG ones. And they're still strong. I mean,
the OG ones are they the OG for you? Okay.
Oh, I would call OG for me. Yeah.
Yeah. So the OG ones, I have actually had some people lose theirs. So I never, some of my customers, they'll add the dab of, glue or whatever to those when they close them, because those aren't a permanent closure.
Right.
But I've never done that because unless you're using what do you call it? Super glue, because I was always worried about it off gassing and hazing my acrylic after the fact. Okay. So I never really added that. And my sister lost her keychain, and I'm pretty sure Penny lost hers as well. But a lot of people like how those look, and they keep
especially
buying
when
them,
it
so
comes
they're not
to,
having that issue.
Well, especially when it comes to the colors, because the color options for the OGs are a little more. They're not as opaque as the ones for the extra strength, and some people like that. Yeah, at least from what I've noticed at the shows and stuff, is that they like the look. So it's not necessarily the clasping; it's like the color options when they are buying the different color ones.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we go into the patron portion, I already forgot. It's 15 Riley, right? Is the code?
Riley 15. Oh gosh. I don't know. What did I write?
Yes, 15 Riley.
15 Riley.
Okay.
All right.
So if you want to order some awesome keychains, I think I might too. Like, I could make some of these, but when am I going to? And they won't look like hers. So I want to order some. Right. So 15 Riley gets you 15% off, and then tell people where they can find you.
You can find us at our Instagram at Letters From Me Texas TX, and there you can click on our Etsy link in the bio.
Awesome. And do you just do names, or do you do other keychains?
So I've done like cheerleading teams, mascots, but really, yeah, it's mainly names. But any type of font, I guess, or word or number. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Because I saw you showed me something. I didn't deep dive your Instagram prior to the show, but you showed me something. I was wondering if you did any other keychains aside from just names.
Mostly names.
Mostly names. I do some shapes. I just joined Cuddle this year.
Nice.
Obsessed with the templates. Awesome. I did one from Bonnie. Her
so cute.
Her mermaid one. I'm loving the template situation. So I don't know why I was talking about Cuddle. Here goes my ADHD.
Oh, right.
We were talking about other than just names, if there were any other keychains.
Okay, so now I started to move into like the shapes and the easy designing with Cuddle. Love it.
We'll talk about more on Cuddle afterwards, because I love Cuddle. I don't get to use it as much as I want to, but
I played with it for a little bit after we had Toby on the show and stuff, and it's great.
Well, and if we ever do physical products, I'll just make it into a template on Cuddle, and then I can just go in add there in,
because listen, it's so easy, even I can do it.
It's so true.
You know,
I moved all of my design space to Cuddle this year.
Nice.
You do Cuddle. And this isn't product. I don't get paid. We don't get paid for this yet, but for what we have, Cuddle and the F1, and I am off to the races.
Literally,
it's great.
Cause well, thanks. You stay right there, because we're gonna go over to Patreon. So it's a great time to join Patreon if you're not already a Patreon member. But for everybody else, the life update's coming up next. And it's life update time.
Yes.
Man, I'm glad to be back home.
Me too. Being in our own bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
We went from never stepping foot inside of a Buc-ee's
to seeing
We've
how
been
many?
to
4?
I think
5?
4 different Buc-ee's.
And 5 different times, I think.
But I think we've been to Buc-ee's like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
We've just been to 4 different ones.
Yeah.
They all look the same. They're all
much.
exactly the same. They're which is like the Walmart model. Like they just all look alike. So that way, no matter which one you go into,
you know where
everything
to find stuff.
is exactly. Shout out to their bathrums. I mean, that was really the main reason we stopped.
Because it was always clean.
Yes.
There was always a stall open.
They make $22 an hour.
Yeah.
The only reason I know
I was like, if there was one close, I'd be telling you to go get a part-time
one of the ones
job
we
there.
went to, they had when we were getting gas, they had like all positions
and the pay,
and like they get like an extra $1 an hour for Fridays and like 2 for Saturdays and 4 for Sundays, some breakdown like that. It's a crazy. I'm like, man, Buc-ee's is a great place to work at. Anyway, they're not paying our bills.
Sorry, guys.
Just wanted to say
Late
that we've been to a lot of them because we've been on the road.
It's been
back-to-back weekends. People. It was funny at
shout out to your mom.
Yes, for watching these bad.
Heathens.
Yeah. These guys are some. We're gonna get her help.
JR was great.
Yes,
that's
he was
a win.
Great. Yes, he was really.
And so with her, normally you ask her, how were the kids? How was JR?
They were good. They were good.
Like,
they were good. They had their moments.
There was this and this.
Yeah.
And this time she said he was good. Like he was good, but like
didn't have to send
actually
him to his
good.
room.
I was like, how many times did he go to his room? She was like, not at all.
I'm like, how many times did you have to threaten to send him to his room? She's like, none.
Yeah, she said
Jackson.
Maybe once.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to her for helping us out and basically allowing us to go to everything.
Yeah, I have
recently.
someone coming over to meet everyone on Thursday.
Kind of like a babysitter thing to help my mom. Like, it's not going to replace it, but just to help her out so that there's a second pair of hands, especially for, not that JR is always on his iPad at night, but still to have someone there to help with dinner and to, because that's when they really,
and just
really
so she's not outnumbered.
Yeah.
Because they, Yeah,
Yeah,
they
for
can do
sure.
that easily.
So-
If Jackson requires a lot of attention, then that means JR's just there by himself on the iPad, and
Right.
I would like a little
Right.
bit more supervision at
Yeah,
times,
yeah.
and again
So-
to help her out. So
Yeah. So, what's next? Print United is next for us.
yeah, and I need to clean this workshop.
Oh no, wait, will it still be next for us? I forget when this one comes out.
Yes.
No, yes, it will be still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be in a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
it'll
and
be fun to see
then-
everyone again.
We'll be working on content. You'll be finishing up your
Yep.
course.
Yep.
We'll be hopefully finishing up Robin's
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
We're helping her out on that. Side note on that, send your, hopefully by the time this
Yeah,
airs,
there will be no need
you know,
for...
that he'll be doing a lot better. But I believe her husband has had a confirmed stroke, and so her focus has been, as it should be, 100% on him. Although she did reach out today and say that she was going to attempt to record the last few bits from home. She was going to come down and record them in our studio, and that's just not possible right now since he's still in the hospital. But she said she actually would like the distraction of recording this stuff. So shout out to her pushing through, holding it down with her kids and doing everything she can. But he did make a fist on his right side and moved his leg today.
Yeah.
So, you know, the PT was surprised, and that's, you know, usually a good thing. So
Hopefully by now,
just
when this airs, much more improvements, and it's kind of in the rear view, and they're moving in the right direction.
But yes, that's what we have on
that's what we have.
the docket for the month is the workshop, get that organized. I will be consolidating some Keychain Thingies stuff. Reluctantly, I will be discontinuing some things. I am a hoarder, and I want to keep all of the cute, adorable keychains. But if they're not selling, I need to start slowly phasing them out. So if there's anything you want, you better grab it before it goes quickly on, hopefully, on clearance. And what else? I was going somewhere else with that.
I don't know where you were going.
I will actually be adding some more new things, but I'm going to stay more on the keychain hardware side. So I have some fun new hardware coming in that will hopefully just pair along with those keychain thingies, either in place of split rings or added onto. So yeah, more to come. Lots of changes. And then again, if you see a post from Desiree in the group, please like it, comment, interact with it. Want to bump those up so that group knows that Desiree is someone you guys should listen to, so you guys can see those posts. Because again, I wanted to be more active in that group, and it really is, it's our favorite group. I have Silhouette Flazers, and I love that group, but you guys are like our family, our people. So we want to nourish that and see you guys and hang out with you more in the interwebs, the Facebook groups. So yeah, I think that's
that's it. And from here till the content creation course is out, if you need tidbits, Riley Black Studios, I'll be posting there on that Facebook channel, more so than Riley Black Media. We'll make sure to share that. Yeah. So I'm making the transition from Riley Black Media over to Riley Black Studios.
Just to keep it all in one place.
Just to keep it, simple.
It's confusing having the
two.
It
is, and it's hard to stay consistent on both channels as well. So everything's going to consolidate to Riley Black Studios for all new posts. Riley Black Media will still be up until like everything is like really shifted over. So if you want tips along the way before the course is out, follow me on Riley Black Studios. And that'll do it for the Riley Black Project. Crystal and John.
Bye.
Maybe we're all done. The Riley Black Project. Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
Wait, hold on. Nino, I'm recording.